Hello, this is Warm Insight. Today, we're going to talk about the massive shifts currently tearing through the global health ecosystem. Leaving a like and subscribing is a huge help to us. Did you know that the global market for weight loss drugs is projected to hit $100 billion by the end of the decade, yet the very agency meant to regulate them is currently facing a total identity crisis? We are living through a period where scientific innovation is moving faster than the laws meant to govern it. And the consequences for your health and your wallet are staggering. The healthcare landscape today isn't just about doctors and hospitals. It is a dynamic tapestry woven from cutthroat economic forces, regulatory shifts, and evolving societal demands. For those looking to understand the trajectory of future health, we have to look past the headlines. We are witnessing a literal revolution, led by a class of drugs known as GLP-1 receptor agonists. Names like Ozempic, Wegovy, and Zepbound have become household terms. But behind the scenes, a fierce macroeconomic battle is raging between giants like Novo Nordisk and Eli Lilly. Recently, Novo Nordisk faced a harsh reality check. Their advanced drug candidate, CagriSema, missed its primary target, causing their stock to dip by 16% in a single day. This is a perfect example of the Red Queen effect in biology and economics. In the pharmaceutical world, you have to run as fast as you can, just to stay in place. Innovation is the only way to survive, but it is incredibly risky and expensive. To stay ahead, Novo Nordisk has taken the unprecedented step of slashing its GLP-1 list, prices by up to 50% in the United States. Meanwhile, Eli Lilly is launching multi-dose pens and pushing for employer coverage to capture the market. This price war isn't just about kindness. It's a strategic maneuver to secure market share and navigate the psychological barriers of high costs. Historically, breakthrough medications have only been available to the wealthy. These companies are now trying to bridge that gap because, in a volume-based market, accessibility is the key to dominance. But as these drugs flood the market, the gatekeeper of American health, the FDA, is at a crossroads. The agency is currently grappling with internal flux and eroding public trust. When the vaccine head, Dr. Vinay Prasad, departed amidst controversy, it signaled a deeper shift. Even the FDA chief, Marty Makary, has raised alarms, suggesting that the United States is losing ground to China in early drug development. He has even floated the provocative idea that more drugs should be available over the counter. Imagine a world where the post-1938 regulatory paradigm is flipped on its head. This would be a radical historical shift. On one hand, it democratizes access. On the other, it places a massive psychological burden on patients to self-diagnose and manage their own safety. We are seeing the FDA struggle with consistency, such as when they recently labeled a promising gene therapy for Huntington's disease as a failure. Such moves leave investors terrified and slow down the entire ecosystem of medical progress. While pharmaceutical labs fight over molecules, our society is splitting into what economists call a K-shaped wellness economy. On one arm of the K, we see the rise of wellness third spaces and exclusive membership clubs. These are the modern versions of historical social clubs, but focused entirely on holistic health, longevity, and community. People have a fundamental psychological need to belong, and these clubs tap into that. However, on the other arm of the K, we see a stark divergence. While high-income earners flock to premium wellness centers like Lifetime, lower-income consumers are increasingly limited to budget options, or no options at all. This creates a cycle where health becomes a luxury good. When preventative care and healthy environments are locked behind a paywall, the long-term macroeconomic cost to society is enormous. This tension between access and profit is even showing up in legal battles over intellectual property. Novo Nordisk recently dropped a patent case against the telehealth provider. Hims and hers over compounded versions of their weight loss drugs. Compounding was once a simple pharmacist's art, but today, it's a multi-million-dollar gray market. It exists because the demand for these drugs is so high that the official supply chains can't keep up. It's a classic economic case of a secondary market, rising to meet a desperate need that the primary market has priced out. But health isn't just about what we put in our bodies voluntarily. It's also about the environment we live in. We are seeing a massive politicization of environmental health. For instance, the use of glyphosate, a common herbicide, has become a political lightning rod. using the Defense Production Act to spur domestic production of these chemicals, mirrors historical debates over substances like DDT. It's a clash between agricultural productivity and long-term public health safety. The psychology of risk perception is powerful here. Even when science is debated, the emotional response to chemical exposure shapes elections and policy. Finally, we must look at the global scale of food safety. Recent investigations into giants, like Nestle and Danone regarding contaminated baby formula, remind us that even the most trusted brands are not immune to failure. These incidents erode the psychological foundation of consumer trust. When the most vulnerable members of society, infants, are at risk, the reputational and economic fallout is permanent. Whether it is the success of Vertex Pharmaceuticals in rare kidney disease or the setbacks of Unicure in gene therapy, the journey of medical innovation remains unpredictable. We are making progress, but it is a path filled with high stakes, gambles, and rigorous regulatory hurdles. The contemporary health landscape is defined by this incredible complexity. To navigate it, we must synthesize these threads: the price wars, the regulatory shifts, and the widening gap in wellness access. Understanding the historical patterns and the economic forces at play is the only way to anticipate what comes next for our collective well-being. In a world where health is becoming the ultimate currency, who do you think should be responsible for keeping life-saving drugs affordable, the government or the free market? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Would you like me to generate the Vru AI image for the thumbnail? Or perhaps draft a community post to promote this video?